Hi! Well, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm joined by somebody, the guitar scene's arguably greatest mustache owner. I'll let you say your name yourself because I refuse to pronounce it the way that you like.
So, my name is Justin Ulrich Volk Hombach, but in short, it's just Justin Hombach, not Justin, not Justin if you are from the French kind of side. But
if you're from the French kind of side, click off this video, by the way, just leave. Get off. That's that first off. But then also, it's not, I'm sorry, I refuse to refer to you as that. Your name's Justin, and I will not argue about this further. Okay, so we've got a topic that we've been kind of just occasionally bouncing the idea off of each other of making a video about it, and the topic is guitar solos, because guitar solos, well, they're a thing that he's very good at. Me, not so much.
So yeah, guitar solos, in my kind of opinion, is one of the best things that you have in the song and in the world, probably. I love guitar solos, but yeah, we want to talk a little bit about the topic. Okay, why modern guitar solos kind of suck sometimes nowadays, and as well, if are guitar solos still... Yeah, do you still need them in songs? And I have a little bit of a hot take there, because I'm a professional musician now for, I don't know, something like 15 years. And during my time where I still recorded solos and guitars for other artists, I often had to hear or to listen to one certain sentence, which is, nah, we can cut this guitar solo. Nobody is interested in guitar solos anymore. And they're always my heart kind of is bleeding a little bit, and I share a tear. But I nowadays think that it doesn't really matter. I don't know any 14-year-old girl who would say, wow, this song is really awesome, but oh no, it has a guitar solo, so I shut it down or turn it off or whatnot. I rather believe that, yeah, this little girl, this teenager girl, whatever your target group is in the music that you make, they really don't care. But everybody who likes guitar solos, they're really happy when they're hearing a guitar solo. And subconsciously, I still think that the guitar solo, like it used to be in the 80s, was kind of the peak of the song, the peak of the energy from that song, you know? And I wanted to talk a little bit with Kalen with Six String Guitar TV here about this topic.
He always calls me Six String Guitar TV.
Oh no, that's wrong, right? Yeah, you call me all the time Justin, so...
Oh yeah, fuck it, alright. Okay, we just don't, yeah, we don't respect each other's, name preferences, I guess. So the 14-year-old girl thing was a good point. I mean, I like guitar solos. I like Yngwie Malmsteen. Yngwie's entire career is guitar solos. I don't, He based his entire musicianship off of being able to play guitar solos and not so much actually writing songs. The thing is, if it's a good song, then I don't think a guitar solo makes it worse.
Yeah, totally.
Unless it's a shitty guitar solo.
Yeah.
But if it's a song that's already kind of shit,
yeah,
and they're like, oh, okay, now here comes the self-indulgent 3-minute shred solo. That's a different story.
Yeah, but then the song itself, it's kind of shit. So it
doesn't matter. You just don't listen to it anyway. Yeah, right.
You don't listen. And if the song is good, if the songwriting is good, and guitar solo, even when it's not a really shitty guitar solo, as you mentioned it, would never destroy a certain solo, and I would spice it up a little bit more, even more when it's even a great guitar solo. Like, let's take a look at some of the best solos. They are all as well in some of the best songs. Let's take, for example, Tornado of Souls from Megadeth, one of the greatest legendary guitar solos out there. But it's also a really legendary and really great song. Or all the other songs. I don't know, Hotel California. What kind of solos are
I think just saying Hotel California is going to get me claimed by the Eagles.
Oh no, I mean Hotel San Francisco. Why is it so that certain solos in modern metal music, especially, kind of sucks, kind of is a little bit boring and not really entertaining that or legendary that anymore, like the Tornado of Soul solo or all these solos back from the 80s and from the day.
A simple answer to this, which I could end the video after saying that sentence, which is people have just gotten too lazy to practice.
Well, I would disagree a little bit, because I don't think it's a matter of how good the technique is developed of the guitar player or how much they practice the scale. I would rather see it from this kind of perspective. In my experience with working with modern metal bands, because a lot of modern metal bands, not a lot, but some are asking me about doing a guest solo. And every time when I do a guest solo, it is like, yeah, this used to be the chorus, or this used to be the verse or whatnot, and now you can play a solo over it. So they don't try to compose a new section for that solo or a build up to that solo. Like, take again Tornado of Souls. We have a whole build up to that solo, which makes this solo the highlight of the song. And nowadays it's more like, okay, we need some shredding in that, we need some solo in that, because this is something that you used to do in metal music now.
Right, that's a good point. Just taking like the same chords in the background as you have for the verse, and just kind of shredding. Yeah, that's a good point. All right, I'm not a songwriter. I wouldn't even consider myself a musician, to be honest, because I don't make music. That's kind of the definition of what I play guitar, but that doesn't make me a musician. That makes me a shitty guitar player. And so just the kind of vibe of metal has just changed a little bit. I mean, if we're talking about metal guitar solos, by the way, I saw, since we're pronouncing your name like the Germanist of people, I'm gonna also just I went to a show recently, not famous outside of this country, because language barrier, but since we Apache 207, yeah, since that's what we're doing with your name too, and again, there's no point, because anyone outside of Germany is gonna go, what the fuck, and so his music it's hip hop. And there's no guitars in it besides like a couple, clean kind of shit. But that's usually sampled and just, the riff is played once and then sampled throughout the song. And live, it's a whole giant production, and there is a drummer and there is a guitar player. They will loop sections from like the verse, and then on stage have the guitar player, whom I met at Guitar Summit, lovely guy by the way, just shred a fucking solo over that section, and it's really cool. That kind of restored my faith a little bit in that guitar is not going to die within the next 15 years. No. Because these huge, giant mainstream hip-hop artists have guitar players on stage who are talented people. And
because it's still a statement.
This is going in the middle of the video, just to like for people who don't have the attention span to watch the entire thing. There's a link for his guitar solo writing course in the description. That's not the point of making this video, just to push his course or anything. That was we just thought of that off the cuff. I've advertised it before. Affiliate link in the description. It's a good course for if you don't know how to write guitar solos like me. So go do that.
I mean, go back in time. Michael Jackson had guitar players like Jennifer Batten or Greg Howe as their guitar players.
Did he have Slash for a while?
Slash for one or few songs, not as a permanent guitar player on tour, but for guest solos. Eddie Van Halen and Beat It, all this kind of stuff. Or like going into the 90s or on the 2000s, Justin Timberlake. Or Justin Timberlake, how I like to call him.
All right, now you've crossed the line here. That's not.
He had also people like Greg Howe or Pink. The artist has a really cool guitar player called Justin Derrico, or Justin Derrico, like how people would pronounce it badly. It's always for a pop artist or somebody who's not in rock and metal some sort of statement like, hey, we have those great legendary guitar player, those virtuosos that can show off that, like, we are making music. We have a guitar solo. See, we are making music. We have real guitars in there. No, but is it there? It's still a statement. The people are loving it. The crowd always, when a guitar solo comes out, they are air guitaring it and they are loving this kind of thing. And in metal, it's like, no, nobody cares for guitar solos anymore. Breakdown.
Yeah, maybe that's your fault that no one cares about the guitar solos. You killed them, yeah.
Me?
I was talking to the camera. Yeah. I'm talking to you, Andrew Boehner. I'm joking. I love you, Andrew.
You see, I don't think that a guitar solo has, if it's a good guitar solo, a negative impact on the audience, even though when it's a little bit a longer guitar solo, because especially live, people are loving it. And when you're listening to Spotify, I, again, don't believe that anyone would turn down a good song if there's a guitar solo happening in there. But I can understand when people are getting a little bit bored of guitar solos when it's nothing happens around the guitar solo. When it's just the same part and then some guy is shredding it off and it's just a short guitar solo, for example, it's really hard to write guitar solos over just 8 bars or something like that. Because me as a artist or as a guitar player who really loves the art of guitar solo, it's really hard to tell a story and to have a build-up in your guitar solo when you have only like 8 bars, to create a melody of that inside of that guitar solo when you only have this short amount of time where you can write or play that solo.
Right. I mean, a solo is meant to like tell a story. You have to kind of give it room to breathe. You have to let it tell a story. That's the thing. That's the reason I don't make music, is because I'm not able to tell a story with my music. I would make music that is self-indulgent, shred garbage, and that's
some sort of story as well. It's your kind of story.
It's the story of this is fun for me, but the thing is, it's not worth making it actual music and publishing it because it's not fun for anybody else. Maybe if this were the 80s, but I'm not Cacophony. I'm not that good. But like if it was the 80s, then I guess it'd be a new thing and shit. There's so many solo guitar albums out there. No one listens to any of them. Right? I don't listen to solo guitar music. I like Michelangelo Bay. I like the OG shit. I don't like anything that comes out today that's like, oh, just listen to me chug and shred. I don't like it. I'm sorry. John Petrucci's fucking second album was good.
Yes.
People like, I don't know, John Petrucci, Satriani, whatever. The big guys. They're big for a reason, because they know how to make their guitar replace vocals and make it sing.
Yeah.
And not just say, oh, look at the fucking...
Though, on the other hand, I totally disagree with everybody who's saying that this kind of flashy and more the technical kind of side of guitar playing is emotionless. Not without emotion.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, because there's still, and I made a lot of videos about this on my channel, the Justin Hornbach YouTube channel. Subscribe.
Link in description.
And I made a lot of videos about that topic, that there's still some sort of emotion, but it's not the, oh, it's so sad, or it's a beautiful emotion. It's a different kind of emotion, but in my opinion, there's no music without emotion, yeah. But going back to the guitar solos in the metal scene and why they suck today, there's another thing which I wanted to add to this. Okay, you only have a short amount of time to write a solo over because the certain band don't let you to have a little bit more of time, is that then as an artist, you try to be flashy. You try to put all your favorite licks inside of it, and then it's way too dense, because you don't have the space to build up this kind of thing. And this is I always try when somebody is approaching to me and asking me like, hey, can you do a guitar solo or guest solo? And then I often say like, yeah, can you maybe make the part a little bit longer or change it here and there, maybe put a different kind of chord progression underneath it, all this kind of stuff. But often it's so far in the production kind of side, because it's like we're writing the songs, we're having the breakdowns, we're having the melodic vocal and chorus and whatnot, and then the production is nearly done, and here we can put in a guitar solo. So the guitar solo often in modern songwriting, modern metal production comes at the last part.
If it's like an afterthought, then just leave it out. Yeah, if it's not an integral part of the song, then just fuck it. I don't know, just leave the guitar solo out. If you're writing the song and you're like, this part could use a solo, I have a story to tell with this guitar solo. Yeah, that's a different story. If you're just like, okay, we've written a good song, now let's add a guitar solo because I want to do that, then it's kind of lame. I don't know. Just leave it out. That's not to say that I won't listen to the song, because I don't give a shit, right? Like, I'm not my standards are not that high. Musically, I'm not like, I don't know, Rick Beato. I don't know. I do like guitar solos, because even if it's shreddy, dense garbage, I'll listen to it and I'll go, oh fuck, that's sick. But that's not like a solo that'll stay in my head. Because there's a reason that Freebird is a meme and that fucking Sweet Child of Mine, those are all memes because they're solos that stick in your head. If I say Freebird right now, you've got it. It's in your head now. It's playing. It's going to be playing for the next 3 days only because I mentioned it. But it's a good solo. It's well written. The fucking guitar sings, and it's not just, oh, look at me, I can fucking... Actually, that's exactly what it sounds like, isn't it?
Well, there's a really cool version of Freebird played by John Petrucci, actually.
Is there?
Yeah, when you look at the live version of Take the Time from 1997, and I don't know what the record is, but they released
nerd. What is you got shoved into lockers in school, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
What is this? If you look at the 1998 live at Budokan, song from the Dream Theater, from this CD that I dug up in fucking, oh, Jesus Christ.
It was an official live recording that they released in 1997, and then they had the song Take the Time. In the end, they are jamming over Freebird, and yeah, Petrucci is doing a really great shred solo over it. Because the thing is that you cannot forget is that shredding or this technical kind of stuff, you have to use it to build up energy. You have to use it to make it, oh, yes, now that's what I'm talking about. and of course, you have to know how to do it. And a lot of, especially people, and I coach them a lot and talk about this a lot as well on my YouTube channel, people who start in this kind of getting the art of shredding, they overplay most of the stuff, and they have to get this kind of feeling, this kind of sense of, how to build up and how to build up to this technical part where you are in the end like, fuck yeah, shredding.
It should be the climax of a song, and not just the piece of shit 16-bar section that you've added in for the sake of it.
And you have this kind of climax in all the great songs from the earlier days, like you've mentioned, like the Guns N' Roses stuff, or let's take all the Metallica stuff. This is why I started to play lead guitar, because I love the climax that you have in all the Metallica songs, you know?
Yeah. Let's take bands that don't do guitar solos. What comes to mind is Rammstein and Meshuggah. They both don't really.
Meshuggah has guitar solos.
Yeah, they have guitar solos on a couple songs, but for the most part, what comes to mind right now is Rational Gaze, which is
first song from the first record. I don't know the name right now. It's
like, because they used to be thrash metal. Yes, they used to make thrash, and then up until I forget what the album with the Statue of Liberty on it is called. That's.
I mean that record, Destroy, Erase, Improve, isn't it?
No, that was a later one. That was like when they.
There was one.
That was already the gent era. Yes. Take Meshuggah now. Meshuggah doesn't do guitar solos now. There's not a solo on their new record. I don't think it's all gent garbage.
I mean, I'm not too much into the Meshuggah scene right now, but from what I know from Meshuggah, that Fredrik Thornthal has a really great approach on sounding like somebody like Alan Holdsworth is doing a lot of the fusion stuff, especially in the one that I just take a listen at, Destroy, Erase, Improve. I think it's the name. And I mean, Pierre Nielsen played for Meshuggah, and Pierre Nielsen is one of the most fucking greatest shredder right now.
For the most part, if you just look at any old Meshuggah song, just pick one out of an album. It's not usually going to have a solo, because it's very rhythm guitar focused, because that's their whole thing. That's the whole gent thing. They kind of pioneered it, and they. But I
give you right about Rammstein and all.
They don't do guitar. They have maybe a guitar solo in their discography, and it's not good. They've been recycling the same 8 power chords for their entire careers, but it's not. Their music isn't about the guitars. It's about the front man, whatever his relationship with women may be. They don't need guitar solos, because the climax of their songs is always there. It's not a guitar solo. It's either like a big synth kind of breakdown. There's a song that comes to mind. I don't know the title of it, but there's a specific like kind of Stein Stein is the song. There's a big giant like synth breakdown at the end. That's the climax of the song. It's just it's lots of screaming and synth and loud drums, and that's better than if it had a guitar solo, because I couldn't write a solo for that song that would actually add anything to it, because of just the vibe that it has. For this like industrial metal kind of shit, they always find a way to make the song lead up to something and have it be satisfying without going wheedly.
I miss this kind of climax, to be honest, a little bit in the modern metal kind of thing, and I think a good guitar solo and a well-approached guitar solo could put in a little bit more climax in some of the songs, like, I don't know, bands like Motionless in White and all the new kind of metalcore coming from the hardcore kind of thing. And there, I played with some of the some bands that are in this kind of style. It's often really the typical chorus, verse structure. And for me as a listener there, I'm missing a lot of this climax. I know that a lot of people are getting this climax out of the chorus, which is always kind of the same clean vocal kind of chorus thing. But there, I often think, man, a well-written guitar solo would put up the climax a little bit higher here and there, because I always love to think in the levels of energy and when I'm writing a song or when I'm analyzing a song. And it's often a little bit, okay, here's a little bit of energy, then it goes low to the verse, then the chorus again. But a solo would give it a little bit more spice to some songs.
Another band that comes to mind. This is all gent, by the way, because they don't do guitar solos. Is Monuments, at least modern Monuments.
They don't really have guitar solos, but they have cool songs.
Yeah. That's because John Brown is the king of rhythm guitar. So he doesn't fucking need to play solos because his riffs are they're more complex than anyone's fucking solos. Just dad-gad fucking gent riffs. I can play one of them. I can play one Monuments song, and it's Lavos with fucking what's the Doom soundtrack guy?
Mick Gordon.
Mick Gordon, yes. Yeah. He does the kind of synth stuff, and so again, the climax of that song is the breakdown bit with the synth. And the cool riffs. I think what generally just lacks in modern music is that they forget that the song is supposed to lead up to something and not just start and then end, and have there not
in
be
a time of 3 minutes, so that Spotify algorithm will not fuck it up.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's it's like a book. Imagine you read a book and nothing happens in it. You read a book about a guy who goes to the grocery store every day, just gets he sits down, eats a mayonnaise sandwich, just like. I don't know, pets his cat, goes to bed. That's the book. It's just the life of...
Generally my life. Put in a little bit of guitar practicing in there and then you have my life.
Yeah. So if I wrote a book, if I spied through your window every day and wrote a book about that would be a shit-ass book. Yeah. Because it doesn't actually... Nothing happens. You need to be... I don't know, something needs to happen. You need to be fighting dragons or some shit in order for the... I don't read books. That's why so many people don't like, 1 Hour Photo with Robin Williams. It's a great movie because it just keeps you on the edge of your seat and it's so uncomfortable. But until like the last 10 minutes of the movie, and it's like 2 hours long, it's just the life of some very boring guy.
Yeah,
the entire movie is beige. He works in a photo development thing at a drugstore, and it's nothing. It's just the light. That's because he's kind of a psychopath, but you can't tell because he's just a boring middle-aged guy. And that's why so many people hate that movie, because they didn't finish it because they said this fucking sucks, right? And so the climax is just right at the end of a 2-hour movie. But it's like that. I don't like a song that's just like, okay, we're gonna do 3 verses and then the chorus 4 times and then the song ends. What is this? Put something in the song that make me want to listen, you know?
Well, we can make a little bit of conclusion out of this now, that we can say, okay, when you are writing a solo, write it with a purpose.
Yeah.
Don't write it like in the aftermath after a production, it's like everything is already finished and then saying, maybe we can get a guest solo, let's throw this guy in or that guy in. Write a section with a purpose that there's a solo behind it.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it, leave the solo away. But you will missing out a lot of cool things.
We've named plenty of bands who don't really do guitar solos.
But they're still great, like Rammstein.
And that are successful and that make great music. You don't need the solo.
When the song is good, you don't need the solo. Yeah.
If you have a shit song and you're like, oh, I'm going to put a great solo in here and it's going to carry the song, trust me, it's not. It really isn't.
Well, for guitar players, it can help, definitely. I know some songs where I say, okay, it's a lame-ass song as hell, but me as a guitar player, I like the solo. So, but it's a niche.
But then I will skip forward to the solo and say, oh, this is sick, and then turn it off. Yeah. Right? So that's like, you have to remember, your audience is not guitar players if you make music. Right? Because if that's too niche. You have to make music for people who like music. That's when what
I would say I'm not totally disagreeing with you here, but that's
why Yngwie Malmsteen's success went downhill, because at some point, because back in the 80s he was writing fucking songs like Bedroom Eyes. Listen to that shit. Sounds like Huey Lewis. It's so good, right? It's like if you told me that, oh, fucking, what was it? Heaven Tonight, some shit like that. Yeah, those songs are so good because they're songs, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah. And then there's this guitar solo, and that's, And then at some point he was like, I'm only going to shred now. And so maybe there were guitar players who thought it was great, but as far as like mainstream success goes,
Yeah, I totally agree there. But I think the purpose why somebody should make music, I mean, you can decide it for yourself. Some people, they say, okay, they want to make music for the masses. But I, for example, say I want to make music that I like and that I prefer, and I don't care if that's for the masses. And I would say, do the music whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. If you want to do music for the masses, then do it. but do it the right way. But if you want to just do music for yourself, then yeah, go ahead and have a shred fest.
Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah.
Take a listen to my band, Eternity's End. Eternity's End is like chorus, verse, chorus, solo, 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 instrumental section, solo, instrumental section, chorus.
Yeah, he's also in a Megadeth cover band, so it's basically I hate politics. 8 guitar solos and then 8 more. That's what that is, you know.
But I wouldn't say it's hard to categorize all these things under one kind of hat. But you can still. I would not say that nobody is listening to it or nobody is interested in this kind of stuff. Megadeth, especially in the United States, a little bit more than in Europe, is still a pretty big band.
Oh yeah, fucking I like that's a lie. I like Megadeth up until what's the Symphony of Destruction album?
Countdown to Extinction.
Thank you. I like Megadeth up until that album. Afterwards, that's fucking.
Yeah, but
if I could only done.
System has failed. Woo, that's a really great record. Or the last 2 ones. They're really
the
awesome.
Sick, the Dying, and the Dead was great.
It was a really great record.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
Get out of my house. What the fuck was that? I made a video and I put a song. I put the We'll Be Back. The fucking first single.
I was the first one worldwide who covered it on YouTube.
Yeah, congratulations. You covered an older song of theirs that they stole from themselves and then just put they stole the entire fucking riff and everything from themselves. They just took a song that they'd already written and went, okay, we're going to change
the solo,
the rhythm of this riff a little bit, but it's the same fucking riff. Right, and also all Megadeth just sounds the same beyond a certain point.
Yeah, but you know, on the other hand, there you have to say they are doing this stuff for 40 years. They don't have to reinvent the wheel anymore. And Iron Maiden is sounding as well like they are doing.
Iron Maiden fucking sucks today too. I'm not denying it.
And or Judas Priest, and they are still good. I mean, they're doing the stuff they're doing it for 30 years, but it's still good. I like it.
My favorite. I think everyone's favorite era of Megadeth, but like my favorite is just, you know, watch him become a god. that's my era of Megadeth, and then beyond, if I could only listen to Rust in Peace, I'd be fine.
It's not on Rust in Peace what you just said.
It's not. But if I could only listen to Rust in Peace, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Like the first couple albums are like the ones that I will listen to, and then beyond that, it's just I don't give a shit.
Okay, but we get a little bit of the trail here.
We absolutely do. This has become like a deranged podcast. This is going to be great for like short form content.
Yeah.
I'm going to make like 8 Instagram reels out of this because it's just, yeah.
Okay. No, but on the other hand, just to make the conclusion, is you don't have to write solos. If the song is good, the solo won't carry the song that we have just talked about, and take the time and the purpose of that solo. And let's find some modern bands who are doing that good. Do you have something in your mind, like modern bands who have also great solos?
All right, here's the thing. I mean, I'm a big Monuments fan and shit, so I'm not going to say I don't listen to modern music that much, but like I kind of don't. I'm not that. I don't know who the fuck does solos well. Ginger doesn't have guitar solos, do they?
Not too many.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes for a while, when I thought of him when I was like at home.
Always think of him.
Yeah, shut up. Now, I was like, does he wear glasses or not? And that's kind of a thing. Like, he just blends in and you don't really notice it. If someone asked you if I wear glasses, right? Like, the glasses are an integral part of what my face looks like. That's it. If you just turned around now and I hadn't just talked about this, I wouldn't know if you had glasses on. And so that's like, if I think of a band right now and I'm like, do they have guitar solos? That's not. I don't know if that's a green flag or not, because A, it means they don't have a guitar solo that's memorable enough for me to go, oh, that's fucking sick. But also, that means that the guitar solos blend into the song and just seem natural, which is a good thing.
For example, in Periphery. I think Periphery is a really good example where it's not, the song is only about the solos for us guitar players to stick out, but it's really natural including with the song together.
Yeah, the solo in Prayer Position is one of my favorites. I think I covered that solo once. It was like one of my first TikTok videos. But that's a solo that blends into the song because it fits the song good, but also it stands out to me because it's a great solo. So with other bands right now, I'm just like, do they have guitar solos? Because I don't fucking know.
I mean, there are bands like what's their name? Ice Nine Kills, for example. They have some pretty
never
cool.
heard an Ice Nine Kills song. I know them, but I've never heard a song.
They have some pretty cool guitar solos on it. There are bands out there who know still the craftsmanship and the art of making guitar solos inside of a good song.
I'm gonna elongate this video by a little bit real quick. You know who fucking has great guitar solos that really add to the music, even though they are not objectively musically good solos? Slayer and Cannibal Corpse. Because the vibe of their music is just so chaotic that just dive bomb fucking stupid chromatic guitar solos, they add to the music because it's like this makes it sounds like you just want to. It makes you want to break shit.
I mean, you've got a point there. That's your hot take. I understand it.
I made an
entire video about
solos,
this. Yeah. It's like me when I tried to defend Saint Anger. That Saint Anger is actually a pretty good Metallica album.
Saint Anger's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's the most authentic Metallica record in my opinion, because you can really clearly hear the aggression that they had.
And I like that they played in drop C. And I like that I like the snare sound. I kind of do. I like the shitty trash can snare. It has some fucking raw character to it. I like Saint Anger.
But
we agree on something.
Yeah, Kerry King. I get your point.
He's a shit-ass guitar player. He's ass and dick at guitar. I'm not disagreeing with that or anything. But also, Slayer songs aren't meant to be complex. They are just chaotic, and it's this. Just take a Cannibal Corpse song. Like it's not coherent music. It's these riffs that are like you don't know if it's in like 4/4 because some of them are not. They do weird odd time signatures sometimes, but it's not like prog metal. It's just like we just want to confuse you and make you want to break crap. And then fucking dude, Eric Rutan with his solos, it's like since he's been in the band, is just it's so good, right? Because it's the same. It's like Pat O'Brien but better, and he doesn't assault old ladies.
Ouch.
Yeah. No, but it's like. Because the song is chaotic, so if they played some melodic guitar solo, that wouldn't make any sense. So because you're already, when you're listening to that music, you're already in that mood of like, oh fuck yeah, I just want it. This is pure chaos, and so that solo just hypes you up even more. So that adds to if it complements the song, then it's a good solo.
Yeah.
And so those solos are good, even though if I just listen to that solo on my own without the context of that song, I'd go, that sucks shit.
There are some bands out there where you also can see, okay, they know how to include the solo. The solos are maybe not the best solos in the world, but nobody is getting disturbed by those solos. These are one of the most famous metal bands that we have currently, like, even though I don't like them that much, Sabaton, Arch Enemy, all these kind of guys. Here in Germany, we have bands like Beyond the Black, who have some really cool solos inside of it, and they are one of the currently most, hyped German female-fronted metal bands. Okay, that's like, okay, you've gone too niche with that sentence. One of the most hyped German female-fronted and metal. They play Wacken as nearly headliner and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but that's like, there's probably like 3 female-fronted German metal bands. That's not... that's like
but Sabaton is big and Arch Enemy.
That's like saying, I like the best gynecologist with an overbite and a mustache. Like that's you've gone too specific with that. No, but I get it. You've just named 3 bands that I give such little shits about that I've not thought about these bands in like the last 5 years. Like Arch Enemy is all right, mainly because of the guitar work. I don't like the vocals. I'm sorry. Of neither of the singer ladies, I don't know either of their names.
Angela Gossow and the other one.
The blue-haired lady, Elisa something.
Elisa, yeah.
White something. Yeah, she's
glue.
She's married to Doyle from Misfits. Yes.
Yes.
So I mean, yeah. I don't know about those bands because I'm also not a history nerd, so I don't listen to Sabaton. Because who listens to Sabaton? If you listen to Sabaton, why? Just comment why, because I'm genuinely interested in what makes that music stand out to you, because it's so boring to me. Because it's about actual things, right? Like it's about battles that like happened. It's not like fantasy shit. So they write music about history. That's just such a nerd thing. To me, that's going back to the like getting shoved into lockers at school thing. That's what happened to them, and now they're making music.
It's not bad to be a nerd, yeah. It's totally fine to write also songs about dragons and all this kind of shit.
Yeah. Dragons are more exciting. It's the thing about writing songs about actual things that happened in history. It's like, think of something, man.
I mean, but another final statement that I want to give to you
Yes.
or to the world right now to make this conclusion and this maybe the end of the video, because I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, hopefully,
And-
fuck me.
Is if you, the one who are watching this video right now, and you are writing music and you like music where there's a solo in it, write music that has solos in it, and don't be afraid that the masses will not get this kind of solos, or will saying, oh, it's boring because it has a guitar solo in it. Don't be afraid of this bullshit. There are a lot of bands out there who are extremely successful, who are making music for the metal masses, and they still have killer ass solos in it. So don't be afraid to make solos. If you don't like solos, then why even watching this video?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you here? Go away. Unsubscribe.
Yeah, and do not subscribe my channel, because my channel is
Yeah, if you
only
don't
by
like, if you don't like guitar solos, don't even bother going to his channel. If you do like guitar solos, there's an affiliate link for his guitar course in the description.
where you can lead the beautiful art of where you can learn the beautiful art of speed picking, that will help you to write better solos, more exciting solos, and just sound better all the time as a guitar player. Check the link in the description box.
All right, so thank you for watching this in fucking crazy long video. We've been recording for 43 minutes. It didn't feel that long. Felt longer. Fuck you. I'm gonna put one of your videos on your head right now, so you can go over to his channel. I can't put like 2 subscribe thingies in here, so just go over to his channel if you want to. There's a video of mine on my head, probably, which is the most recent one, and then subscribe and leave a comment, and goodbye.
Bye bye.